The status of women in Africa today is still a major concern. Many experience inequalities in their social, political, economic and cultural lives. In Nigeria, widowed women can face untold hardships as a result of traditional customs. Apart from mourning their dead husbands, some are considered unclean and impure. If a widow has no male adult children, she can lose everything. The husband's family inherits his property. And in some cases, in-laws do not provide the widow with economic support, especially if she does not accept becoming an additional wife to one of her husband's brothers. Foloronsho Alakija is working hard to change these stigmas women are subjected to in Nigeria. At the age of 40, she became a religious person and found passion in caring for the underprivileged. She soon established the Rose of Sharon Foundation.
Jesus is the Rose of Sharon. When he said in the Bible, I'm the Rose of Sharon, I'm the lily of the valley. When you give someone a rose, you're giving it to them out of love. You're stretching out your hand, wanting to grow a relationship. And God has a relationship with every one of his creations, regardless of whatever your religion is. We all belong to him. The foundation is a non-governmental organization. It's not non-profit making. It helps to get widows, children and orphans back on their feet, because we found out that widows are like a stigma, in the society. They feel as if they have been that society hasn't been kind to them. Once they lose their husbands, society tends to turn their backs on them. So when they lose their husbands, they don't know where to turn, and it's like they go cap in hand, knocking on doors and trying to put meals on their tables. So life becomes extremely more difficult than it used to be when their husbands are alive.
The Rose of Sharon Foundation began in 2008. Alakija says her Fashion African Connection magazine helped finance the launch. A full-color 208-page magazine, the first of its kind in Nigeria. It was also Alakija's parting gift to the fashion world. Since then, she has dedicated her time to supporting widows and orphans, using her financial background by providing interest-free loans and scholarships.
We try our best to bring hope back into their lives. We basically give them microcredits to help them to trade. The microcredits that we give them, we don't charge them any interest at all. We send some of their children to school, giving them scholarships from whichever level that we find their children. Now we're catering to the needs of widows and orphans in 4 different states in Nigeria. We intend to go nationwide. A lot of them like to trade in selling provisions because they find that easier, because those provisions, milk and sugar and stuff like that, don't go bad. Some of them learn different vocations: hairdressing, beading, catering. The foundation, has realized that it would be ideal for us to set up schools for their children. We want to start with Lagos State by having our own headquarters. That's the next thing that we're trying to do. One of the ideas that we have for the near future is to be able to set up projects in every state where the widows themselves can actually work on farms and be involved in agriculture, where they can actually live on those farms, and then set up schools in either within the same farmland or nearby the farms, where their children can go to school within walking distances, and where they and their family and their children can live and grow fruits and vegetables and, sell them, so that it would, begin to build their confidence a bit more.
Alakija is confident in her efforts and believes she can destigmatize the role of widows in her home country. She's optimistic for Nigeria.
It's a land of opportunities. It's a land flowing with milk and honey. Yes, it has its challenges. It has its faults. But Rome wasn't built in a day. And we all have to come together, those who live in it and those who are living abroad, and come together to build our nation. Nigeria has made a lot of progress and it can only get better. We can, we'll have to continue to dialogue and criticize ourselves and make it a better place to live in.
Once a major shaker in Nigeria's fashion industry, now a dedicated Christian, designing new paths for women and children in need. Alakija hopes her latest book, her autobiography, will spread her efforts for future change.
I titled Growing with the Hand That Gives the Rose. The hand that gives the rose, I refer to as God. Told about as much about my life as I could, to encourage others to get to where they should be, where they want to be.